Peace and blessings, everyone. Peace and blessings. Let me just go ahead and get the invite out of the way. But this is an open letter, and I'm just going with this intuitive feeling that I have right now to do it. You know how sometimes when you're not sure, you know what it is you want to share, but you're not really sure because your own emotions or your own opinions. You're not sure if it's the time or right or whatever, but you feel that, but you still feel an intuitive leap to be like, nah, say it. Express your heart. It's best to be honest first and foremost in forefront than to live in not necessarily a lie, but you're not living your truth because again, you're still living your life to please others. And anybody that knows me, it's like I like to please people. It's like I like to please. But as I get older and as I grow and know myself and I get more in tune with who I am as a man of God, a spiritual person, as an intuitive, all these different terms we use to describe ourselves, or describe ourselves according to our abilities and the way how we operate in this natural world and also in the spiritual world as well. Good afternoon, Jennifer Starr McCullum. But this is an open letter. I am no longer. And after I speak, after I say what I'm going to say, I am anticipating, could be wrong, either way it goes, it is what it is. I'm anticipating that many of you who would watch this will no longer walk with me anymore, but that's fine. I'm not going to grieve over it, get angry over it. I'm not going to shed any tears of sorrow over it because it has to happen. What I'm saying now has to be said at some time or another at some point. And it's almost as if I'm at a junction. I'm at a junction point. Like how I guess we just had the conjunction. It's like we're at the transition part at the train station or at the airport or whatever, and we're getting ready to change flights. So that's where I am right now. So at the time of this recording, it's March the 1st, 2021. And my current earth age is 31. So I'm just throwing out the numbers because I'm going to watch and see and just be amazed at the turn my life takes for the better and for the positive. Okay, enough of the pre-ramble. What am I here to talk about? I am no longer a Christian. There you have it. I'm no longer a Christian. But I'm a follower of Christ. I'm a follower of Yeshua. You may be saying, what the hell is this dude talking about? How are you not a Christian, but you follow Jesus, but you follow Yeshua? Well, once you start to do your own research for yourself concerning religion, all right, some of you may disagree with this point, but I believe I'm correct in what I'm saying. Christianity is a religion. Your church and you going to church for services and your way of life in that church and how your life is pretty much deeply connected and deeply rooted to that, it's a religion. A bunch of rules, a bunch of rituals, ordinances, do's and don'ts. Notice I never said it was bad. All right? So just hear me out. I never said it was bad. But it is just another religion. You like to say, oh, it's not religion, it's relationship. Well, when you start to look at your so-called relationship and how it is making its way in your life, how you are working out your salvation, right? It's still, what's up, cuz? It's still according to rules, regulations, ordinances. So as I did my research and I started reading and studying, as we all should do, as any adult should do, I started realizing that, wow, Christianity is, at this point, just do the research. You don't got to take my word for it. At this point, Christianity is paganism. It's paganism. Think about it. And I don't want to get too, pro-black here. Wherever they found us at, people of color, they stole your spiritual system. Took out what they wanted to take out, did whatever renovations, lightening, whatever the case is that they wanted to do to your way that you connected to God, to nature, to the universe, to the cosmos, rewrote it. Like I said, switched whatever they wanted to switch, switched up names, this, that, and the third, gave it back to you, right? I did say back to you because it's yours, and told you that this is the correct way. And we've been following that same Christian religion for years. It ain't just Christianity. There's other religions too. They whitewash as well. But I'm speaking from my perspective as a person who grew up Christian. Yes, Jennifer, correctly demonized it. So y'all, added all of this, and I don't want to get too deep into it. I just want to give my confession and get out of here. So it's not the same. If we can use the word Christianity, it's not the same Christianity that was the faith of the apostles and the disciples around the time of the Messiah, Yeshua. If I'm not mistaken, I think they were called the Way before they were called Christians at Antioch. And again, if you research for yourself, Christian, it was a derogatory term. So it's like if I have my movements and my disciples, right, individuals I'm teaching and training up in my method of spirituality and way of thought and philosophy. Oh, them voyages over there. That's basically what it was. So it was a mockery of the followers of Christ, of Mashiach. You understand what I'm saying? So as far as when I knew about Emperor Constantine and the Nicene Creed this and the Nicene Creed that, I was like, oh, that's nice. He's a Christian. He's a Roman emperor. And he followed Christ. Deception. He was not no true follower of Christ. He saw how powerful the movement was and sought to infiltrate it. Why are you separating these religious books, these holy texts, and you call it a canonization, and you're putting what you think you and your bishops or whoever else, whatever religious leaders, and you're putting, these books together because you feel as though they are inspired. You are not the Most High to do that. Each and every one of those books were that person's account, whether they say the Most High told them to write this and put the record and these are the laws of Moses and blah, blah, blah. Who are you, right? So you see so they had so many councils where they was taking and chopping and editing, and word around town is that all of them books that they took out is in the Vatican right now in Rome by the Roman Catholic Church. So as I started doing the research and just learning and meditating upon it, I really realized, I said, wow. And I look at the path that I've been going down on. I was like, you know what? I'm no longer a Christian. And believe me when I say this, some of y'all probably still won't, but it's fine. It's not coming from a place of, oh, somebody said something to him, hurt his feelings, and he tired of church hurt. Because life is painful. People hurt you in life. So why not just check out of life, but I ain't doing that. You understand what I'm saying? So this open letter, confession rather, is not coming from that place. It's coming from a place of a man who is a student of life, a student of spirituality, loves God, if I can use that term, loves the Creator, loves the Eternal Father. He's really unknowable. It, he, she. I mean, even those pronouns are limitations upon that great, unknowable, eternal essence that we, using the English tongue, call God. There are many names for that eternal being. In Israel, they say Yahweh or Yahweh. You understand what I'm saying? In some of the Muslim countries, they call him Allah. We are all part and parcel of that one essence called God. But God is so much bigger and so much larger than that. God is a fathering spirit. God is a mothering spirit. He's a mother to those who need a mother. You see, so when I say I'm no longer a Christian, that's what I mean. I don't want to be associated with the paganism that Christianity has become. And I mean what I say, and I'm definite and I'm clear in what it is I'm saying. I'm a follower of Christ, but I don't follow Christianity no more. So for some people, that's, it's irreconcilable. They can't understand that. Well, how you reading the Bible then and this and that. Well, watch this. I'm grateful for the channel that the church and pastors and preachers have been to introduce me to the Son of God, who we knew as Jesus Christ. We understand his name is Yahshua, but I think you follow what I'm saying. I'm grateful, however, because the Most High has a way that he will use something so-called unclean and still show himself to you in it. He's that awesome. He's that gangster, if I can say it like that. So I'm grateful that I came through the church and Christianity, but I ain't staying. And I guess something in my soul always seen this day coming. I still consider myself a man of God because I still serve God, but not under the pretense of Christianity no more. If you want to say what God do you serve, I still serve the Most High, Elohim, whatever name, I recognize it. And I recognize his son as Yahshua, that great avatar, Yahshua. Some of y'all say Jesus Christ of Nazareth. That's cool. I'm not going to fight you on the names. That's still my God. That's still my King, for sure. Always will be, always was, always is, always will be. I never forget the first time I encountered Jesus Christ. I cried at 8 years old, didn't know why. So I know what I'm saying, that I'm not a Christian no more, but I'm a follower of the Messiah. I'm a follower of Christ. I'm clear on that. Will you still see me somewhere doing ministry, laying hands, prophesying, speaking in tongues, casting out devils? Of course. But I'm freeing myself of the bonds of saying I'm a Christian. My screen is freezing up. So I will go any and anywhere with the gifts he's given me that I'm manifesting, and his power and his love. Because first and foremost, my duty to you is love. So I don't care what religion you are part of. Long as you ain't disrespecting me and my spirituality, I don't have no problems with you. Matter of fact, we can sit and talk all day and compare, because guess what? You may be doing some things I could partake of. I may be doing some things you could partake of. And at one point, we used to frown on people and mock people that say, oh, I'm spiritual. And we call them devil worshippers and this and that. But now I'm like, I'm spiritual. That's what I am. So let's not mix religion with spirituality. Although there is a form of spirituality or some forms of spirituality in religion, but I am spiritual. That's my religion. My religion is spirituality. If you want to say religion, my religion is spirituality. Point blank, period. So again, like I said, I get that some people at this point will make judgments in their mind. Oh, I knew it. He was putting all this mystical stuff, and I knew he was backsliding, and I knew he was a false prophet, and this and that. Yet still, you were singing my praises when I was praying for you and ministering for you, and you were getting blessings and all this different type of stuff. You were singing my praises. And now, because I'm telling the truth of where I am right now, you have a whole problem. You see how it works? Religion divides. It divides. It divides. So I'm growing. I'm getting older. So you must ascend. You must drop off some of the things that are no longer helping you. Honestly, to be transparent, church does it's at this point, it's not even helping me. It's not even feeding my soul. I get more enjoyment from being by myself, meditating by myself, praying by myself, or with a few others who are on the same wavelength as myself, reading, going out in nature. That's spirituality to me. That's godly to me. Instead of, sitting in the church, and I'm not bashing, this is my truth, so just please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. It just don't do nothing for me no more. I'm bored out of my mind because I realize and I know that there is a greater truth in this than what they gave us called church or the way to God. Just do the research for yourself. You will come to the same conclusion. I hope it doesn't take you long to come to the conclusion, but you're going to be like, yo, Voyager was telling us, like, that's real-ish. You get what I'm saying? He's telling the truth. So I'm not a Christian. And even for some of my few Hebrew Israelite friends that are on here, don't even call me a Hebrew Israelite either. Even though you've seen me in, doing some Hebraic things and using the Hebraic names and stuff like that, I don't want to be typecast or put in a religious box. Because you don't know me. And who Elohim is in me, manifested as me, I don't even understand it at times. So I'm not going to put a box or a title, on it and say I'm this, I'm that. It doesn't help me. It doesn't help me. Getting on prayer lines and, it just doesn't help me anymore. I need something that's going to feed my mind. I need something that's going to feed my spirit, feed my soul as I voyage on this journey of life. As they say, you're a spirit having a human experience. And so I just believe that some people, you come through things, but you're not meant to stay there. I don't believe I'm meant to stay in Christianity. I don't believe that I'm meant to stay in, I'm going to use my own words, Hebrew Israelitism. I'm passing through. Will I still be using some of the elements I've learned that is good? Yes, hell yeah. I'm always going to be praying in tongues. I'm always going to be casting out a devil or laying hands and healing. And I'm always going to be quoting the Hebrew, of course. Because I am spiritual. I am embracing my spirituality. I'm allowing my spirituality to flourish. And it's crazy because I kept getting these messages that you're looking at a amazing journey ahead of you, but you keep worrying about what people are saying, and you need to just come out and manifest as you are, because in doing that, it's going to free your soul. So right now, this is what I'm doing. I'm freeing my soul from a past relationship with a way of life called Christianity. I am spiritual. I'm embracing my spirituality. And I'm still filled with the Holy Ghost. I'm still filled with the Holy Spirit wind, in Aramaic, as they say. Elohim talks to me. Yahweh talks to me. So you think Yahweh is only in church and Christianity? You're sadly mistaken. And the more you do your research, you find out that you're wrong. He's everywhere. Or it, the force of God, which is inherently love, is everywhere. So religion is just man's attempt, futile, might I add, to connect to the Creator. Callie Cal said religion is a curse. It is. It causes so much destruction. What it has become, if we can get to the core essence of what religion is, which is really love for yourself, because you got to love yourself in a healthy way, not in a narcissistic way, love for others, taking care of the widows, the oppressed, the orphans, taking care of the earth, just living peaceable and loving lives. That's what life is. So if you want to say true religion, that's what it would be, but you don't see that. All you see is the separatism, rules this, rules that. You can't do this, you can't do that. You got to do it like this, you got to do it like that. Nah, bro. Nah, sis. Anybody that's listening to me. Not for me. Now, if it's working for you and you can be honest, all right. I have nothing necessarily to say concerning you, because I'm not even here to preach what I believe on you. I'm just making this known to whoever's on here that if you want to go your separate way, go ahead and do so. You don't even gotta leave me no goodbye message, not unless you choose to. I'm not gonna be mad and cuss you out. That's you. If you feel, a negative way or you feel some type of way, no problem. I'm really not here to try to offend or even cause anybody to stumble. That's not my intention. But again, it's like when you're keeping something in, at what point do you come out and confess it? Because it's like you're holding your soul in a cage in the own bondage because you're so worried about people's opinions. Jesus said, you shall know the truth, and the truth gonna ask you to be free? Nah. He said the truth will make, you know what make is? Make is force you to be free. So right now I'm making myself, the truth is forcing me to free up myself of all religious titles, boxes, doctrines, dogma. I'm still going to read my Bible because I just believe the Bible is my foundation, and that's cool. However, at this point, I realize that, now, some of y'all may disagree. Those are my Christian friends on here. It is not the only written document of the workings and the manifestations of God in this earth. As I said, they called him or it or her something else. It's not. And again, as you read and research, because I think one of the main things that the devil does, or Satan or the evil one, the darkness, whatever, low vibrational beings, the main thing that they do, I think more than anything, is cause ignorance and deception. Because that's how everything starts. So you'll notice that he keeps you dumb. He keeps you in a state where you don't want to question stuff. You're scared to question. No, it is in the questioning that you find out the truth. Daddy, how did I get here? Oh, the stork comes through the building. This bullshit. Well, son, daughter, me and your mother, we got real happy one night, and we did something called making love, but it's only for adults, okay? We did something called making love, and when you're older, I'll tell you exactly what making love is, but it's only something adults do. We did something called making love, and you came to the earth, and you're here. You understand? So it's like, you gotta grow up. There's a scripture in the Word, I don't remember exactly where it is, where it talks about leaving the elementary things of Christ and baptism and laying on the hand and moving on. You get what I'm saying? So I think that a lot of Christians their growth is stunted. It's almost like their spirituality is retarded. And I don't mean retarded in the funny way, like somebody say, you retarded. I mean remedial. It's slow. Where y'all still shouting, y'all still bucking and falling down to the ground and foaming and frothing. Y'all still sitting in pews, just listening to the preacher tell you his interpretation of the Bible, and you ain't reading the word for yourself. Are y'all still there? So look, as far as I'm concerned, Jesus ain't coming back no time soon, and it's our fault. That's what I'm going to say. Because what they said, the Bible say, when everybody get the gospel. No, the Bible didn't say that. Well, maybe man, they interpreted it wrong. After everybody hear the gospel, then Christ is coming back. Christ is not coming. And Christ, according to what's written there, he's not coming back until the church is mature. The church is nowhere near mature. One of her titties is still bigger than the other one. She needs to mature. I put that in one of my songs. So no, I'm no longer. I'm no longer. Will I still be able to operate and speak to Christians and relate to Christians? And of course. Am I never going to step foot in the church again? I'm not going to say that. I'm not God to say that. But as far as me submitting under that and coming under the dominion and authority again, I don't see that happening. If you do see me in the church, it might just be giving the word of the Lord and I'm out. Doing some ministry, maybe some healing, maybe some music, I don't know. But I'm not that. And I can also see where some people would maybe say, oh, well, he's demonized or he's operating under a false spirit or whatever the case is, this, that, and third. Well, that's another thing that religion does. Because they can't understand it and control it, they have to demonize it. Because I could go somewhere and relate really well, break down the Bible with them really well, and they're like, man, you a whole this, and then find out that he said he ain't no Christian. They go into a whole mental fit because they can't figure out how is it that you just broke down this thing, but you talking about you're not a Christian. You must be a false prophet. You must be a devil. That's fine. You don't know me. And I've always been the type of person to do my own thing. That's really just a leader in me. And now I'm at the place where I need him to come out. I need that leader to come out. I need that truly, deeply spiritual, which I've always been. I need him to come out all the way, not halfway out. So this is, I guess, one of the first of many. Not saying I'll always be on here confessing, but today is like a significant day for me because it's like, now I'm going to be looking, okay, y'all, like, what's up next, y'all? Like, what's the next thing? Because then when you confess out your mouth and you release, that's very significant. Even the atmosphere is listening. The universe is listening. The spiritual realm is listening. The Most High is listening. So from this point, after March today, things are going to start shifting in a way. And folks is going to go from my life and folks is going to come. There's going to be a great shift. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say and make clear. That I'm no longer a Christian. I don't want to be associated with the paganism that it has become. And I don't want to be a typecast as anything. Just say that I'm spiritual. Just know that I am spiritual. Regardless of what religious text I choose to use as my foundation, regardless of which God I pray to, who I call Elohim, and who I also call Yahshua HaMashiach. In the English translation, it would be Jesus the Christ. Those are my gods. Those are my Elohim. I believe that, and there are many Elohim in this world. There are many gods in this world. That should be clear by now to anybody of age. I just believe that Yahshua has chosen me specifically. So I will continue my journey. I will continue to read. I will continue to learn. I will continue to research. I will continue to be amongst other people of other religions and faiths, learning what they learn and whatever I can practice that is not counter to my belief, I'm going to practice it. For example, I could be cool with some Hindus and some Buddhists. Why? Because I practice meditation. I do practice transcendental meditation. And it's been a tremendous blessing to me. You understand what I'm saying? I used to work with a couple Muslims. I'd be like, yo, tell me about Ramadan. How that work? How the fast work? What does the fast do for you? You understand what I'm saying? So I'm a student of life. And I will always be. But I just had to come out and just shake myself off of that and be like, yo, you spiritual, brother. You're spiritual. And they spiritual. And everywhere and anywhere you go, you'll be able to relate and still be the man of God, the man of spirit that you are. Because this is your destiny. And your destiny is to minister to any and whoever the universe, spirit, sends you to. Will I still always have an affinity for Christians? Yeah, I always will. Why? Because I came out of that. I grew up there. So I don't hate y'all. I don't hate Christianity, but I'm not a part of that. And if possible, I would like to educate Christians and bring them to where I am. However, the Most High would have to make that clear to me, because a body that sleep is not ready to be woke yet. And you could wake somebody prematurely and they die. You could wake somebody prematurely and they go off on the deep end. Because you understand what I'm saying? So that's where I'm learning now to use my discernment to know what to say to who and how deep of a dimension can I go with them. Because anybody that spoke to me personally on the spiritual tip, I can go down. And I just have to be mindful of that to be able to give truth in increments and just be aware of who it is I'm speaking to and who it is I'm ministering to. But that's me. I'm a very deep person. I've always been that way, and I always will be, and I will continue to get deeper. But as with the deeper, I'll just get more wisdom and understanding and some couple gray hairs. You get what I'm saying? But that is my open letter, and that is my confession. If you do pray for me, please do not pray for me and say, Lord, bring him back, or I rebuke the devil off his mind. I'm not receiving none of those prayers. Just pray and say, Lord, bless him, keep him on his journey, and allow him to continue to impact souls and impact this world for your glory and for the benefit of the kingdom of heaven, not the kingdom of the church. Okay? So I love all. If you go and leave my life, that's totally fine. Please go in peace. If you stay, get ready for an amazing ride. I pray that you are on the same transcendental spiritual journey that I am on. I am Voyager Shemayan, and I am not Christian, but I am spiritual. Peace and blessings to all. Have a wonderful day.